coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited. Sebring Sport Aviation Expo battles weather. General aviation pilots feel unwelcome at Erie Airport. And NATCA is grateful the shutdown is over. Welcome to your Wednesday edition of Airborne Unlimited. I'm Skylar Vanell. If you had a chance to get out to the Sebring Sport Aviation Expo last week, the typical Florida weather may have altered your plans, and they couldn't seem to catch a break from Mother Nature. This year's event saw cooler temperatures, light rain, and sustained winds in the low to mid-teens, but it didn't keep the crowds or exhibitors away. The event brought in a wide range of vendors, from gyroplanes to powered parachutes, and even an A-10 Warthog was on display. And as usual, Progressive Aerodyne Searey drew in a lot of attention. ANN's Jim Campbell was at Sebring, and he tells us more about the event.
Avionics support, including a new generation of ADS-B devices, shows no sign of slowing down, as indoor exhibits featured all manner of accessories from propellers to headsets. On the flight line in particular, Flight Design USA looks fairly healthy and is even upgrading the product line. Aeropractic showed off the intriguing new A32, though weather prevented us from trying it out. Zenith conducted one of its usual rudder building workshops, which we've worked with in the past, and found this to be an excellent way for the company to prove to people that they too, indeed, can build an airplane.
The expo is held every year the last week of January. After the break, Alsim reports a record-breaking year as we take you around the patch.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Alsim reports a record-breaking year for 2018. They told ANN they reached an all-time high in sales. The company sold more than 40 simulators, and they've seen much success with their simulator in partnership with Aegean Airlines, Wizz Air, and Iraqi Airways. Their new 737-320 hybrid was announced last April at Watts. Boeing receives $2.4 billion Poseidon contract from the Navy. The contract includes 10 aircraft to add to the current U.S. Navy fleet. The aircraft has been modified to include a bomb bay and pylons for weapons, can carry 129 sonobuoys, and has an in-flight refueling system. The Poseidon is a military version of the 737 and is a long-range, multi-mission maritime patrol aircraft. The Catalina Island Conservancy announced Ace Clearwater Enterprises donated a $1.5 million naming gift to the airport in the Sky Runway Repair Project. The donation will help pay for concrete, transportation, and other costs to help replace the aging runway. The San Diego Air and Space Museum will extend free admission to federal employees through February 21st. The president and CEO of the museum said even though the government has reopened, they still want to say thank you. All you need to do is show your federal employee ID card and you can bring up to 3 immediate family members. And that wraps up today's trip around the patch. General aviation pilots feel unwelcome at Erie Airport. We'll have that story coming up next.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
The Erie, Pennsylvania Airport Authority Board recently imposed a $2,000 annual licensing fee on mechanics, and it's making some general aviation pilots feel like the board doesn't want them. They also require A&P mechanics to carry at least $1 million of insurance. Airport Executive Director Derek Martin said the new requirements were necessary to bring the airport into compliance with federal rules. But pilots are not convinced. When one member asked why the license and insurance requirements suddenly became an issue, Martin said previous executive directors did not enforce those regulations. If you are a pilot who uses this airport, let me know what you think. Here at A&N, we are looking to investigate this story further. And our final story of the day, NATCA is grateful the shutdown has come to an end and furloughed workers are back to work, at least for now. The Air Traffic Controllers Union welcomed the move as many controllers have worked without pay since the days leading up to Christmas. NATCA President Paul Rinaldi said in a statement released to the media, quote, "Although the news is positive, we must not lose focus on the short-term nature of this agreement and the need to continue to make our voice heard to avoid another shutdown on February 15th. The shutdown was another example the industry has seen as stop-and-go funding continues to wreak havoc on the system.
The effects of the shutdown of all our technology and programs will be felt for years. The FAA stopped addressing risk that identified through our voluntary reporting system programs. And that is where we could say our system was less safe and is less safe today than it was on December 21st. And now there's a possibility that the agency won't be able to meet their 2020 mandate of ADS-B.
NATCA believes the current staffing crisis is a direct result of a 30-year low of certified professional controllers. Well, that's all we have time for today. If you have a story suggestion, go ahead and send us an email at news-spy@aero-news.net. From all of us here at Aero-News, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend and stay warm out there. We'll see you back here on Monday for more Airborne Unlimited.